Okay, so when you're sick, what do you really need? What do you really need? Now, how many doctors have you been to? Let's start there. Yes, I see you. Have you been to all kinds of doctors? Have you been to emergency rooms? Have you been to specialists? Have you been to all the alternative health doctors? Have you been to acupuncturists and Reiki specialists and therapists? Have you been to chiropractors? Have you been to functional medicine doctors and naturopaths and herbalists and Chinese medicine doctors? And on the list goes, right? Hands-on practitioners, whatever it is, right? You keep going. You need to have a conversation with these people, these specialists. You're thinking, oh, if only I could see them, if only I could go to see them, they would have the answer for me. I just feel it, I just know it, I need to see that person. Then you meet with the person, you see the person, you listen to the person, you do the protocol, and that doesn't work. Okay, so if you've been there, you understand the frustration of this on and on and on roller coaster. It's like you're on a merry-go-round, right? And it keeps stopping and you keep getting on with a new practitioner, a new person, and it just keeps going around and around and around. So what is it that we're looking for? So if we look deeper, what is it that we want? Of course, we want to heal, we want to get better, we want to take away the pain, blah, blah, blah. We want the symptoms to go away. Okay, all of that, yes, I get it. But on a deeper level, there's something that we feel that we can't solve ourselves, right? We're looking outside of ourselves. Why do we choose one practitioner over an next? Why do we choose one thing? We think they're the answer for us. They must know something that we don't. They must know, they must have the knowledge. They must have this magic, you know? They must have something. But what do we really want? We want someone to take care of us. So if you're honest with yourself, on some level, you want to hand this over to somebody else. You want to be taken care of. Do you want your mom, your dad, your spouse? Do you yearn to be a child again? To have somebody wrap their arms around you and say, I know what this is, honey. Everything's going to be okay. It's just this. Lie down. Let me get, a bowl of soup and a cup of tea for you. And have a nice sleep and relax and let me do all your work for you, and you just take it off your shoulders and you'll feel better tomorrow, right? But nobody does this when we're an adult. The responsibilities keep piling up, the pressure keeps piling up. There's nobody there to say, take it off your shoulders, I'm here for you. Maybe your deepest feelings and needs are being unheard. Maybe there's nobody there for you to tell them to. And maybe even if you are expressing your needs and your feelings, you're not going deeply enough. You're afraid to really express the truest hurts and angers and regrets and pain and sadness and shame and guilt and everything that you have tangled up inside you. And so you just want to give it to somebody else. You want to hand it over and you want to say, help me, help me. And I understand that. But what you're really saying is, I don't think I'm strong enough. I don't think I'm good enough. I need somebody. I need to feel the way I did when I was little. I want to be cared for. I want someone to stand by my side. I want someone to acknowledge me. I want somebody to hear me. I want somebody to see me. And when we go see these practitioners and they spend a few minutes, looking over our bodies, maybe looking at our charts, taking our history, and then they quickly give us a protocol and we leave, we don't get what we really need, which is to be heard, to be seen, to be loved, to be protected, and to have this safety need of ours met. You're safe. Everything's going to be okay. Just do this and you're going to be okay. So that's what we're yearning for if we're on a merry-go-round of doctor after doctor, of practitioner after practitioner, of all these, especially holistic healing health books and podcasts and personalities and doctors and hands-on healing people and therapists and whatever we are doing. We want to be heard. We want to be understood. We want to find ourselves reflected back in those pages, in those podcasts, in those personalities. We want to see something that resonates, like, yes, you understand me, you get me, you see me. And I want to let you know out there, I see you, I get you, I feel you. You want to be heard, you want to be seen, and you want to be taken care of, and you want this to go away. I get it. I understand. It can be so frustrating. And so really this is where self-care and self-love and self-understanding and being able to express your feelings to the closest people that you have, but also to yourself, to journal, to be able to recognize when you need a break, when you need to sit down and have a cup of tea or a bowl of soup or go to bed, or take it off your shoulders and stop thinking about it and put on a funny movie, or chat with a friend, or go to dinner, or not do any of those things and just crawl into bed and cry or whine or scream or have a tantrum or, you know, express all those deepest emotions. So if you listen closely enough, you will sense when you need those things and you can do them for yourself. But what's happening is you're pushing that away. You're not really listening to what your heart and your soul and your body needs, wants, you know, that child within you, what it's asking for. And if you're not able to read the subtle messages, we're just saying, please help me, help me, help me. We're going to person after person. And the only person who can help you often, if you don't find an amazing practitioner, an amazing person, or somebody who's like there and by your side, and like somebody who you feel like is there with you unconditionally, that can be enough to help some people heal. But if you don't have that, you know, if you don't have that, you need to do it for yourself. Like, I need to just sit down. I need to have a cup of tea. Right now, I just need a friend. Right now, I need to go out and laugh. Right now, I need to just take it off my shoulders. Right now, I need to just leave all those dirty dishes in the sink and watch a funny movie. Right now, I need to express my deepest, darkest sadness and write and write and write until I can't write anymore and cry. Right now, I need to go and put my face into a pillow and scream as loud as I can. But you can't hear these messages if you're giving your power away. You have to start trusting that you know what's right for you, your heart knows what's right for you, and you can be your own safe place. You can be your own loving, unconditional person who puts your needs first, who listens, who understands, who cares, who senses, who knows that you need to take it off your shoulders, you need a break. Maybe you're exhausted, maybe you're stressed, maybe you're completely living in fear or anger or resentment or shame, and you need to recognize this and give that a voice. You know, sometimes when you're a kid and you just have that person to cry to and talk to, and you have that support, that unconditional love and support, that can be all you need to just like, have you ever seen kids, right? They totally melt down, they totally have a tantrum, and then 5 minutes later they're up playing and laughing and giggling as if nothing ever happened. Or they have the worst headache of their lives, or they're throwing up or their stomach hurts, and you know, pamper them and care for them and take care of them, and suddenly they're better and they're off running around. And as adults or grown-ups and people with all these burdens and responsibilities, and you're supposed to be the one doing this for everybody else, but who's doing it for you? And that's why sometimes we can get caught up in this cycle of going to doctor after doctor and person after person. All these people and these personalities and podcasts and books and people who we want to find this commonality with, and who we can say, they understand me, they understand me, they understand me, and that makes me feel less heavy, less burdened, less alone, less full of shame, less full of guilt, less full of sadness, less full of grief. Somebody out there understands me and is going to help me. But then when that falls through, we can often even feel more tainted, more alone, more, you know, more scared, more full of fear, and more just abandoned. So it's important that we don't abandon ourselves, that we give ourselves the gift of listening, of responding, of crying when we need to, of sleeping when we need to, of eating when we need to, of turning off that protected voice that says, but we got to keep ourselves safe, so we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do all these things to get approval, we have to keep ourselves safe, we have to preempt this strike, we have to stand guard with our weapons and our guns, and what we really have to do is lay it down, right? We have to lay everything down and say, I can do this. I can recognize this. I can start to be around people who make me feel good. I can speak my truth. I can let my inner feelings out. I can recognize them myself. I can write about them. I can talk about them. I can acknowledge them. I can hear and see the child inside me who needs to be heard and seen. And I can give that child what it needs, minute by minute, day by day, hour by hour. I can eliminate all the things that are stressing it and causing it fear and harm and anxiety. I can soothe it. I can self-soothe and self-love and self-reflect and come to know this part inside me that needs me, that really truly needs me. So if you are on a journey of practitioner after practitioner, of looking for answers, desperate to find them, desperate for that person, that help, you really need to turn it inward and realize that the person that you're looking for is you. The person that you're looking for is somebody who will love you unconditionally and stand by you and help you and acknowledge you and tell you that you're worth it and that you can do it, to give you encouragement and love. And you can do that for yourself. You can do that for yourself if you just stop giving your power away, okay? You're courageous, you're strong, you're bright, and you have feelings, and they matter, and so do you. So look inward and find what you're looking for. Don't give it away.